Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of Sid Meier's Civilization games. Sid Meier's Civilization is a 1991 turn-based strategy for X video game developed and published by Microprose. The player is tasked with leading an entire human civilization over the course of several millennia by controlling various areas such as urban development, exploration, government, trade, research, and military. The player can control individual units and advance the exploration, conquest, and settlement of the game's world. Sid Meier's Colonization is a video game by Brian Reynolds and Sid Meier. It is a turn-based strategy game themed on the early European colonization of the New World, starting in 1492 and lasting until 1850. Instead of forging a nation from nothing, the player manages the cross-Atlantic expansion of an established one in the service of the crown. Sid Meier's CivNet was released in 1995. CivNet allowed for up to 7 players to play the game, with computer opponents available to obtain up to 6 active civilizations. Games could be played either on a turn-based mode or in a simultaneous mode where each player took their turn at the same time and only progressing to the next turn once all players have confirmed being finished that turn. Sid Meier's Civilization 2 was released in 1996. Civilization 2 is similar to its predecessor Civilization, with some changes to and additions of units, civilizations, world wonders, tile specials, and technologies. Entirely new concepts include diplomatic reputation and production waste. The world map was changed from a top-down view to an isometric representation. The artificial intelligence for the human player's opponents was also improved.
Complete.
Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri was released in 1999. Set in a science fiction depiction of the 22nd century, the game begins as 7 competing ideological factions land on the planet Chiron in the Alpha Centauri star system. As the game progresses, planet's growing sentience becomes a formidable obstacle to the human colonists. Sid Meier's Civilization 3 was released in 2001. Civilization 3 also added small wonders, which are functionally equivalent to wonders, except that each one can be constructed once per civilization, as opposed to once in every whole game. One of the major features of gameplay is scientific research. Completing the research of the new technology will make available new units, city improvements, and wonders of the world, as well as special bonuses and abilities that are related to the technology. Sid Meier's Civilization 4 was released in 2005. The player is then given a total of 18 different civilizations to choose from, each with their own pros and cons, plus a leader avatar, an initial set of civilization technology, and any units unique to that civilization. Civilization 4 has a fog of war feature, in which unexplored territory remains darkened and territories without any units stationed on its designated square is shaded with darker colors. CivCity, Rome is a 2006 city-building strategy game by Firefly Studios and Firaxis Games. The player manages various cities of the Roman Empire by strategic placement of buildings. Making sure that each neighborhood has access to all the commodities it needs to upgrade the residences of citizens is the primary challenge. The game offers 2 types of mission: standalone missions to include free play and campaign-based tutorial missions. Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution was released in 2008. Civilization Revolution is a turn-based strategy game, with every turn representing the passage of several years within the game, which changes from 100 years in the beginning to 2 years by the end, reflecting the faster pace of contemporary society made possible by technological advancements. Sid Meier's Civilization 5 was released in 2010. The combat system has been overhauled by removing stacking of military units and enabling cities to defend themselves by firing directly on nearby enemies. In addition, the maps contain computer-controlled city-states and non-player characters that are available for trade, diplomacy, and conquest. A civilization's borders also expand 1 tile at a time, favoring more productive tiles, and roads now have a maintenance cost. Sid Meier's Civilization, Beyond Earth, was released in 2014. In Beyond Earth, players make choices at the beginning of the game, including what sponsors back their expedition, what kind of spacecraft they used to reach the planet, and who and what they brought to the new world, allowing players to create a customized civilization of their own. Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution 2 was released in 2014. The game features returning leaders from the original Civilization Revolution, such as Abraham Lincoln and Napoleon Bonaparte, along with new leaders such as Winston Churchill and John Kennedy. Players are tasked with building an empire from one of several choices, including Japan, America, and Russia, among others. Sid Meier's Starships was released in 2015. The player will use the fleet to explore the galaxy, meeting other human and alien forces, and dealing with problems through a combination of military, diplomatic, and other strategic options. Spacecraft in the fleet can be highly customized for meeting certain goals. Sid Meier's Civilization 6 was released in 2016. The game features several civilizations not featured in previous incarnations of Civilization, while many returning civilizations have new capitals or new leaders. A critical design focus was to avoid having the player follow a preset path of improvements towards their civilization, which they had observed from earlier games. New to Civilization VI is the use of districts outside the city center to house most of the buildings. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is an upcoming 4X strategy game developed by the legendary team at Firaxis Games. Rule as one of many legendary leaders from throughout history. Establish your civilization, construct cities and architectural wonders to expand your territory, conquer or cooperate with rival civilizations in pursuit of prosperity, and explore the far reaches of the unknown world.
He lost.
So it shall be.
So it shall be.